everyone, and welcome to Sheetgo's YouTube channel. In this video, I will show you how to use our purchase order approval workflow. The Sheetgo purchase order approval workflow allows your team to request purchase orders via forms. You automatically get notified by any new POs, which you can then approve or deny via Sheetgo forms as well. As a result, any approved purchase order will automatically be created in Google Docs and PDF. Finally, send out these purchase orders to their intended suppliers via Gmail automatically. You can install the Sheetgo purchase order approval workflow by clicking the link that I'll put in the video description below. It will take you to this screen in the Sheetgo web application where you can sign in either with your Google, Dropbox or Microsoft account. Let me sign in with Google. There we go, we're now in the installation page of the purchase order with approval workflow. Simply click Install Template to add it to your Google Drive. Give Sheetgo a few seconds to create a copy of the files and the connections between them and add them to your personal drive. As you can see, the template is now installed. There are 4 tabs in this workflow. We have our overview where we are right now, the workflow, the forms, and the dashboard. Let me explain the overview. We have our workflow name right here. Then who has access to this workflow, and you can share it with other team members as well by clicking right here. How many files and connections this workflow has. So 3 files with 2 connections. When the last run was, just now as you can see because we installed the workflow. And also the schedule. It's set to run daily at 5 p.m. And here you can go to the schedule settings to also update that and change your frequency, for example. Lastly, we have our workflow overview right here, and if we click this button, we will go to the second tab of this menu in the workflow. As mentioned before, the system consists of one spreadsheet, which is your purchase order database, and data flows into the spreadsheet via the use of Sheetgo forms. Whenever you approve a purchase order, Sheetgo will generate a new PO in a Google Docs and convert it into a PDF ready for you to send it to the supplier via Gmail. You will also be notified by any new purchase order requests from your team members. So that will generate an email sent to the manager for them to approve the purchase order first. Let me show you how to get started with this workflow and create our purchase orders. We're first going to customize the Google Docs template for approved purchase order. To do so, go to the Files tab in your workflow and open the purchase order document. Sheetgo automatically opens the PO document in the Google Docs file inside Sheetgo. Here you can customize the document by adding your company logo, your business name, and further information, of course. For the rest, you do not need to edit anything because Sheetgo uses variable placeholders to get this data directly from the spreadsheet into this document per purchase order. Once you've edited this, we're going to edit the approver email and content. Let's go and find the email in the connections. The send PO to approval connection, we're going to edit this right here to find our email. To send this order request emails to the assigned approver, the manager in this case, we need to add their email address to the connection. Let's click edit right here. In our email generation section, you can choose to get the email addresses dynamically from a column inside your spreadsheet or use custom recipients. Here we'll choose to use custom recipients, for example, po@sheetgo.com. That's it. Then whenever a team member requests a purchase order, the po@sheetgo.com email address will receive this message. You can adjust this to your liking as well. The subject right here can be adjusted, also using variable placeholders, so it will automatically populate the order ID in the email subject. The same for the email content that asks you to evaluate this purchase order. That's it. That's how you edit the email for the approval. So click Save Changes. Of course, a very important step in this purchase order approval workflow is that you share this workflow with everyone who will request orders. You can do this from the Overview tab, but also directly from here inside your workflow view. Now let me show you how to actually use the forms and the system. Before we can do that, we will take a look at our database. There we go, this is how the spreadsheet looks like. We have 4 tabs right here that we're going to work with. We have our suppliers, our orders, the tab to approve an order, and then the tab to register any received orders. Now let me remove the sample data in every tab. There we go. That's it. We can now start by inputting our own information using the Sheetgo forms. Go to Forms in the menu. First of all, we're going to register our suppliers in our Register Supplier form. Let's do that right here. For example, supplier@sheetgo.com. You can give some additional information of the supplier, their address, phone number, and whatnot. Click on Submit, and Sheetgo adds it straight to your spreadsheet. Let's take a look at it. There we go. We've just registered our supplier. That's how simple it is. Of course, if you already have a list of suppliers, you can simply copy and paste them right here in the spreadsheet. Now that we've configured our workflow entirely and customized it to our own, it's time to actually use it. So you do so by registering any order. So your team members can do that in the register order form. There we go. We're going to register our order. Order date is today, ordered by myself, and then our supplier we can choose from our drop down that's automatically populated by the spreadsheet, by the system. So we have supplier@sheetgo.com. Item 1 description, for example, coffee table, the quantity is 10, and the unit price is $500, for example. Let me register this order by clicking Submit. And let's open the file and show you how Sheetgo created the order request. In your Orders tab, you can see that I now have my 10 coffee table worth $500 each, and I've requested this order. Now my manager, when I run the workflow, the manager will receive the email to approve or deny this request. He will automatically be sent to our Approve Order form. He selects which order he wants to approve or deny, purchase order 1 in this case, and let's approve it. Click Submit. Let me show you in the spreadsheet again. There we go. As you can see, the order was approved by me today. And what Sheetgo will now do, let me show you in the workflow. Because the order has been approved, Sheetgo will automatically turn the order request into a document using the template and send it directly to the requester as an attached PDF. The requester can then forward the PDF directly to the supplier. Lastly, whenever an order is received, you fill out the order received form to conclude the workflow process. So we have our order ID. If there were any complaints, you write them down right here. 1 broken table, for example. So we have 1 complaint, and then you submit it again. That's how you work with our purchase order approval workflow. To update this workflow and the connections in between them, you click Run to run this workflow 1 time. Of course, if you do not want to do that manually, you click on the automatic schedule settings to make sure that the workflow runs automatically. It could be once a day or multiple times a day, even from every hour to every 12 hours. And of course, if you only manage your purchase orders on a Monday, you can turn off the other days, for example. That's how you do that right here. And lastly, you can check your purchase order metrics in the Dashboard tab of the menu. Here you monitor your order requests, including pending orders to approve, complaints per supplier, and total purchase per supplier. That's it. That's how you set up and use Sheetgo's purchase order approval workflow. Check out the description below for more information and our team's contact.